and I have been reading the Bhagwat Geeta or the Song Divine on this channel. So far, I have read till chapter 15 and today we will start with chapter 16. So let's begin. Now, let me explain once again. This is a conversation between Krishna and Arjun during the war, right before the war of Mahabharata. So let's begin. Absolute fearlessness, uh, sorry, Sri Bhagwan said. Absolute fearlessness, perfect purity of mind, constant fixity in the yoga of meditation for the sake of self-realization, and even so, charity in its sattvic form, control of all the senses, worship of God and other deity, as well as of one's elders, including the performance of Agnihotra, pouring oblation into the sacred fire and other sacred duties, study and teaching of the Vedas and other sacred book, as well as the chanting of God's name and glories, suffering hardship for the discharge of one's sacred obligations and uprightness of mind as well as of the body and senses. Non-violence in thought, word and deed, truthfulness and geniality of speech, absence of anger even on provocation, disclaiming doership in the respect of action, quietude or composure of mind, abstaining from slander, compassion towards all creatures, absence of attachment to the object of senses, even during their contact with the senses, mildness, a sense of shame in transgressing the scriptures or social convention, and abstaining from frivolous pursuits. Sublimity, forgiveness, fortitude, external purity, bearing enmity to none and absent of self-esteem. These are, O Arjun, the mark of him who is born with the divine endowment. Hypocrisy, ignorance, pride, and anger, sternness, and ignorance too. These are the marks of him who is born with demonic properties. The divine endowment has been recognized as conducive to liberation, and the demonic one as leading to bondage. Grieve not, Arjun, for you are born with divine propensities. There are only two types of men in the world. Arjun, the one possessing of divine nature and the other possessing of demonic dispositions. Of these, the type possessing divine nature has been dealt with at length. Now hear in detail from me about the type possessing demonic dispositions. Men possessing a demonic dispositions know not what is right activity, what is right abstinence from activity. Hence, they possess neither purity, external or internal, nor good conduct, nor even truthfulness. Men of demonic disposition say, this world is without any foundation, absolutely unreal and godless, brought forth by mutual union of the male and female, and hence conceived of in lust. What else than this? Clinging to this false view, these slow-witted men of wild disposition and terrible deeds are enemies of mankind, bent on destruction of the world, cherishing insatiable desires and embracing false doctrines through ignorance. These men of impure conduct move in this world, full of hypocrisy, pride, and arrogance, giving themselves up to innumerable cares ending only with death. They remain devoted to the enjoyment of sensuous pleasures and are firm in their belief that this is the highest limit of joy. Held in bondage by hundreds of ties of expectations and wholly giving themselves up to lust and anger, they strive to amass by unfair means hoards of money and other objects for the enjoyment of sensuous pleasures. They say to themselves, this much has been secured by means today, and now I shall realize this ambition. So much wealth is already with me, and yet again this shall be mine. That enemy has been slain by me, and I shall kill those others too. I'm the Lord of all, the enjoyers of all power. I'm endowed with all occult powers, and I'm mighty and happy. I'm wealthy and own a large family. Who else is equal to me? I will sacrifice to gods, will give alms, I will make merry. Thus deluded by ignorance and developed in the mesh of delusion and addiction to the enjoyment of sensuous pleasures, their mind bewildered by numerous thoughts. These men of devilish disposition fall into the foulest hell. Intoxicated by wealth and honor, those self-conceited and haughty men perform sacrifices only in name of obstination without following the sacred rituals. Given over to egotism, brute force, arrogance, lust, and anger, and calumniating others, they despise me, the indweller, dwelling in their own bodies as in those of others. Those haters, sinful, cruel, and vilest among men, I cast again and again into dominical worm in this world. Failing to reach me, Arjun, those stupid persons are born life after life in demonic wombs and then wearily sink down to a still lower plane. Desire, anger, and greed. This triple gate of hell brings about the downfall of the soul. Therefore, one should shun all these three. Freed from these three gates of hell, man work for his own salvation and thereby attain the supreme goal, that is God. Discarding the injunction of the scriptures, he who acts in an arbor- arbitrary way according to his own sweet will, such a person neither attains occult power, nor the supreme goal, nor even happiness. Therefore, the scripture alone is your guide in determining what should be done and what should not be done. Knowing this, you ought to perform only such action as is ordained by the scriptures. Thus, in this Upanishad sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, the scripture of the Yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjun, is the 16th chapter entitled The Yoga of Division Between the Divine and the Dominical Properties. So I'm done with the chapter 16, and tomorrow we will start with chapter 17. I think there's chapter 18. That's all. So two more chapters and then the God realization through the practice of renunciation that will be left. So I think 3 or 4 days and we will be done with this book. I was reading the Bhagwat Geeta or the song Divine. Thank you for listening me. Bye-bye.